110%.
And how do you come to that conclusion?
Because he was stalking him because of his license plate. He was stalking him. Where we were in a very wealthy white neighborhood, okay, and there would be these cops, and they would hang out in these areas, and we would see constantly when we would be leaving the complex. There they would be coming up behind us, because he would leave. So he had a Mustang. He had a very loud Mustang in the morning, and he didn't want, our neighbors complained about the Mustang starting up real loud. So the love of my life, being the amazing man he is, he would pull and he would start the car, he would put it in neutral and then push it to the road. And then he would sit there but it's a side road, okay? So it's not, nobody's coming, it's a dead end on one side, right? And so he would push it, and so he would sit there, and then he would start the car, and he'd go to work away from our neighbors so they didn't have to wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so cops, they would harass him, and they did. They harassed him all the time, and they would follow him. They constantly following us all the time. They didn't follow nobody else. They didn't bother nobody else. Nobody else got bothered, but he got bothered. And when they finally got pissed off, okay, for whatever reason, they decided to run some bullshit on him. Where you live? Oh, you live here? You don't live there? Yeah, we live there. We live right there. No, you don't live there. Yeah, that's where we live. Okay, well, you got a ticket for not one, but two. You didn't stop twice.
So probably he just annoyed the wrong people, and the cops were friends with them, and that was their payback.
Annoyed the wrong people. I just gave you a full ass explanation that he would push his Mustang out to the road. Luckily, we were close enough. Our parking spot was close enough to that road, but he would park so it wouldn't wake up the neighbor.
But Bima, was he found guilty?
He wasn't found guilty.
So that kind of contradicts your whole.
Hold on, no. The only reason, hold on. The only reason he wasn't found guilty was because we had to push for the video footage.
So he was black and found innocent.
They pushed him every time to settle, and I kept saying, don't do it. We want the video footage. No, because we had to push for the video footage. And the point is, if we didn't have the video footage, Joe, whose side would they have taken if we didn't have the video footage? Answer the question. I want you to answer the question. First, answer the question. If we didn't have video footage, whose side would they have taken? Exactly my point. We all know the answer, Joe. It would have been
get it back to me, but don't let him get away with it.
Earlier was you were guilty before with no chance of being innocent because you're black.
Not in every case, Joe. You know that I'm not saying
examples that you're bringing up to us. Clearly, the example you're bringing up to us is no different than what Mr. Edwards said, is that he would hire a lawyer and fight the charges. If not even sue them if he was racially profiled. So, and then you tried to brush that point away and say, well, the black guy couldn't do that because he would have already been found guilty. That was the point you just made. That was literally the point you just made. However, now you're giving account of an anecdotal personal story where a black guy wrongfully charged, right? He was charged. But he then proved his innocence. Okay. So, I mean, the system worked.
No, he proved his innocence because there were cameras, Joe. He proved his innocence because there were cameras. Before there weren't cameras, who do you think would have been right? Who do you think would have been convicted of it? And then lost his license. And then his entire livelihood would have been affected, Joe. For what? Because he was harassed because he was a black man. But you're not going to admit that. You're going to ignore it. Can you let me finish?
You live in a hold on. You live in a hyperbolic narrative where everything is created.
Joe, you live in a white man world. You live with a white lens, and that's all you see.
Yeah,
Can you black?
So let me ask you this. So, your boyfriend,
born in Kansas City.
Did he grow up in the city?
Yeah, a little bit.
So the black people like
I mean, like what age?
a grade school.
I think I think second grade he was somewhere else. He was in a different. Second grade is how old?
So are you American? So it's a little bit challenging for me to find those positions because the majority of black people are not black, and their everyday experience is black people. And you'll spend more time worrying about a negative crowd versus if a black person will try to work. And in many cases, you can kind of spot the white people that are giving you the eye, but you also have to have that same, I guess, vigilance, with our own people. So, I'll give you an example. I got pulled over by a police officer. From my perspective, I think he racially profiled me. But I also got pulled over by a different police officer in Tennessee with a loaded firearm, and he let me off. He could have took me to jail on the technicality, because I didn't know that at the time in Tennessee, you cannot have a loaded firearm. But he let me off. So how should someone look at this and just blame it on white supremacy when I have a high probability of getting touched by my own people versus with a white person?
Just stop driving cars. Black people should just stop driving cars. That's what people
Because
say.
we're talking about a justice system, Sorg. We're talking about a justice system. Criminals are going to be criminals, right? The justice system, right? You statists love that, okay? Justice, you're not supposed to get injustice from the justice system. You're not supposed to be wrongly convicted at a higher rates than your fellow Americans. You're not supposed to be harassed. You're not supposed to be fucking profiled. You're not supposed to be all of these things by what is the justice system that protects, right, the white man, okay?
But you're not supposed to have loud cars like that disturb other people at 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Well,
So maybe it's just karma.
Yeah, people would ask you this. By the way, you said the cop was in the neighborhood for multiple times following you around, and there are complaints about the car starting over and over again. Then the cop would obviously know that you lived there. But I don't remember everything else. You said Baltimore.
No, obviously he didn't. I told you he didn't. He didn't know.
Well,
He didn't know. How would the cop know where he lived if he didn't get all of his information? How would he know that?
Once he got all the information, he would know that. And then, like I said, it's a car.
Well, no, that's wrong too. But keep going. He didn't know.
If the car had been starting in the neighborhood for multiple times where there's multiple complaints given to the police department, and you also said that they were following you around for a while, so in the Mustang.
No, hold on, Mike.
I wouldn't know.
That wasn't the point. I was explaining. They didn't know anything about him starting the car and the loudness. All they knew is they saw him because by the time he got to the of where these cops would stay, it was like their hideout spot, right?
Okay.
It was their hideout spot.
Right.
So as
They're
soon
like
as he
black guys
came
driving
into vision of this guy in hanging out next to the wrong side of an entrance,
Right.
with his Mustang, okay, because he's trying to pull out his Mustang because he lives there. Point is they fucking harassed him,
Right.
and it wasn't just one time. It was multiple cops. It was all the time.
So back to the Baltimore City thing you mentioned.
Hold on, wait, I want to say something else because fuck you and fuck anybody else Do you know, he got so hyped, he was so fucking paranoid that we couldn't even go out for late night drives because he was so paranoid that he was gonna get wrongly fucking pulled over because he had a CDL, and so his job his license required it. So his actual real life was affected by the harassment of these officers. This isn't you guys fucking think this is some bullshit. This is real life. Like, what the fuck?
Live this shit. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, you cussing like you talking to people who ain't living the shit you talking about.
Then why are you fucking acting like it doesn't happen?
Because at the end of the day, the shit happened, but it's more from my own fucking people. Like, you sit here talking this shit like Beamer, there's certain neighborhoods I can't go to. Because when I walk around, they gonna be looking at me like, what the fuck you doing here? You wearing your hat to the right? Nigga, we don't wear our hat to the right over here. Like, I can't do it, Beamer. So when you sit here and you talk this shit, talking about, nigga, if I'm a police officer in a black neighborhood, or you know what, I'm gonna go with your scenario. If only white people live over here, and I see a nigga driving through the neighborhood at 4 a.m, you don't think that that's cause for suspicion? If I've been patrolling this neighborhood for 15 years and all of a sudden I see a nigga in the neighborhood at 4 a.m?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That nigga could be smashing something.
He could be doing a bunch of things. That's racial profiling, bro.
Justify racial profiling in any shape, way, or form. What you just did was justify racial profiling, brother.
Okay, so Himothy, I'm gonna ask you a question. I appreciate it.
Hold on. I love what Himothy said, though, guys. I just want you to know. So I have a son and a daughter, right? Son's 41. My daughter's 30. My daughter's 35. I had to teach them about blacks being racially profiled. And my question to all of us: why are blacks being racially profiled? How do they come to determine these things? What's happening within community? And Sword said it earlier, okay? Why are we, quote unquote, ethnically black people, why are we the ones falling prey, Himothy, to racial profiling?
Look, man, two things can be true. It doesn't make it right. Black people, everybody know black people are violent. Like Sword said, black on black crime, XYZ. That can be true. It can also be true that it's racial profile, man. It's just from the stereotype of the norm of how black people act. I think that this nigga is going to do XYZ. That doesn't make it right. So, I mean, two things can be true, but at the end of the day, your job is to protect and serve. It's not to racial profile me.
Himothy, I appreciate I appreciate your answer. The challenge that you and I have is that we only have humans patrolling our streets to protect and serve, right? And unfortunately, I don't know what's in the mind of a black cop, a white cop, an Asian cop. I don't know what they're doing, but I do know this, okay? Growing up in life, I know this for sure at 63 years old, that there are people that look like me that have done some nefarious thing. And what have we heard before? And we all heard this. I know we've heard this, okay? I'm just gonna say stitches. Everybody know the rest of it, right?
Yep.
What's the code, Sword?
Snitches get stitches.
Say it again.
Snitches get stitches.
And we
only know the part that she told us. We don't know nothing else other than how the story was framed. So you know, it's
now, I'm gonna share this with you guys. I'm gonna land on this. Guys, I'm gonna land on this. It's called VOC. You can look it up in every one of your communities. It's called a victim of a crime. I've been in death care for 38 years, guys. And I can tell you clearly, every weekend, Los Angeles, Compton, Chicago, Illinois, Baltimore, Maryland, Atlanta, Georgia, Dallas, Texas, between 25 and 30, here, I'm gonna say it again, but 25 and 30 deaths that are caused by proximity crime. People that just look like you and me who kill each other. And you know what? 92% of those crimes go unanswered. It's called VOC, victim of a crime.
What's the most bullet holes you've ever seen in the body?
This is
15.
some Stockholm syndrome.
That's it? 15?
Yeah.
Damn, B, that's
but-
it.
Yeah. 15's a lot.
Area of Edward, where there is no crime. Communities. What about that? We always just want to talk about negative.
Hello?
No, yeah, you do.
doing the same thing with white people, though.
This is progressive. Put me in the queue.
Same thing with white people.
Put me in the
It's the same
queue.
areas. It's not just blacks. Listen, I go to Orange County, California every weekend. You know, we pick up white people who also did bad crimes. Okay? Guys, listen, I'm in debt care. We pick everybody up. I don't care who you are. If you go out on a weekend and act a jack and you end up losing your life, because I can tell you, I have hundreds of mothers who have lost children of every ethnic group. Okay?
What do you mean death care?
What I mean, death.
Like if you're out at a bar and someone asks you what you work in, do you tell them death care?
Yes, I'm in the death care profession, Michael.
What do you mean, like you're a mortician?
Yeah, I work in the death care profession, cemetery, funerals, and cremation for 38 years.
I didn't know believe that you're like
death care for everybody?
Yeah.
Universal death care?
Yeah.
but you don't do like autopsies.
No, I don't do the autopsy.
Oh,
We have
okay,
people
that's
that
what
do
I
that.
thought.
He don't kill people either. I don't care exactly, Sword. I don't.
Edward, Edward, what do you think about the movie The Big Lebowski? What do you think about the movie The Big Lebowski when they put their friend in the coffee can because they didn't want to get the urn? Have you ever had that situation before?
What I'm sharing with you is something that's very serious, right? Because unfortunately, and I don't care, we can talk about ethnic groups and race, everything. When a mother loses a child to any form of violence at the hands of any people group, it's not good. When a father has to bury their child, it's not good. I don't care who you think you are. I've seen it for 30.
But Edward Bima says it's Stockholm syndrome. It's Stockholm syndrome.
Bima is a Karen, and Bima is here to agitate, to irritate, and pearl. She's an annoying person, a highly annoying person. And when she believes that her baby is getting pulled over because he's a black man, she's projecting. She's political. Hello?
Yeah, I know who that is. Go ahead. No, I just want to land. All I'm saying to you guys is this. It's really sad that we don't take this as very serious. And I'm going to say this, Bima, I appreciate you all the time. But you know what? You can't defend people who do wrong, no matter what ethnic group they're in. Okay? And I'm going to say to you at 63, okay, I have grandbabies that's growing up in this life right now. Okay? I want them to really be judged by who they are, not because we're going to keep making race the issue. And I hope that we can stop it. And the only way we're going to stop it is us stop blaming other people for people's bad behavior.
You're never going to stop politics, Edward. And African Americans and Bimas of the world.
Like, one second. I don't know where I justified.
Yeah.
Yes. My God,
Censorship and fascism isn't going to stop. Just watch. I'll get muted. The censors are the green beans.
Criminals are criminals. That's not what I'm
That's not what I'm talking about.
I'm
talking about a justice system that intentionally targets, harasses, and terrorizes parts of our community that and since the 1700s. Okay, we're not talking about, and I explained this. I talk about this, it started in the slave patrols. It was, what was the purpose? What was the purpose of the slave patrols? Anybody know? Let's guess.
Capturing slaves.
The purpose of the slave patrol was to make sure there were nobody sitting around idle. Whoever was in the area of the colonies had to be working for the operational hours that was passed by the legislation of that colony. They were also there to catch runaway slaves and take them back to their plantation.
Oh yeah, that's a little later, but yeah, we're talking about, yeah, that's true. But the slave patrols first, when we had the slave patrols, if you were...
These people are so fucking brain rotted
Depth of what was just presented to them. Instead, many of them get lost in the surface level concepts or like the surface level phenomena.
Yeah, you're talking about engineers, right?
Yeah. Vanity here. Thank you guys for doing the Lord's work.
Satan does the Lord's work because he's in his truth.
Oh, John. Classic John Lee. Classic John Lee. The contrarian.
So where you think you do the Lord's work too, John?
Because it teaches us that God's grace is sufficient.
What?
Good job, Sam.
God's grace, what?
Is sufficient because his strength is made perfect in our weakness.
It's too mumbly. I heard it's sufficient, though.
Shut the fuck up, Toast.
That's all I need.
We blacked.
Now that he's kind of died down here.
Well, it's like when someone gets in like a like incessant rhythm like that, everybody just tends to like zone out. So it takes a while to rebuild the conversation.
Right. And as Proverbs 26:20 says, for lack of wood, the fire goes out.
Oh, plenty of wood.
Converse, honey, you're on a roll.
Let's go.
You're on fire, man.
John, why are you so quiet? Don't be quiet. I need to be louder.
You're in a room.
What?
He's like in a bunk in the shelter with like his head under the covers and his little earpods. This is going.
Man, since nobody else is really talking about anything right now, how many of you have went to go see the new Spider-Man movie?
I love it.
It was fantastic. I had somebody.
No.
I watched the first half twice.
Can't listen to that shit. We're gonna have to go to music.
Tao can be talked about.
Tao can be talked about, but not the eternal Tao. Names can be named, but not.
This is the John Kitover Band. Go to ChicagoMiracle.com. Hope you're enjoying this video.
As the origin of heaven and earth in his name was, as the mother of all things it is nameable, so as ever hidden, we should look at its inner essence. When all the world recognizes beauty as beauty, this in itself is ugliness. When all the world recognizes good as good, this in itself is evil. Indeed, the hidden and the manifest give birth to each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short exhibit each other. High and low set measure to each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Back and front follow each other. Therefore the sage manages his affairs without ado and spreads his teaching without talking. It is nothing to the teeming things. He rears them but lays no claim to them. He does his work but sets no store by it. He accomplishes his task but does not dwell upon it. And yet it is just because he does not dwell on it that nobody can ever take it away from him. As always manifest, we should look at its outer aspects. These two flow from the same source, though differently named, and both are cold mist to them. knows the mystery of mysteries is the door of all essence. By not exalting the talented, you will cause the people to cease from rivalry and contention. By not prizing goods hard to get, you will cause the people to cease from robbing and stealing. By not displaying what is desirable, you would cause the people's hearts to remain undisturbed. Therefore, the sage's way of governing begins by emptying the heart of desires, filling the belly with food, weakening the ambitions, toughening the bones. In this way, he will cause the people to remain without knowledge and without desire, and prevent the knowing ones from any ado. Practice non-ado, and everything will be in order. The town is like an empty bowl, which in being used can never be filled up. Fathomless, it seems to be the origin of all things. It blunts all sharp edges, it bends all, it is all tangles. It harmonizes all lights, it unites the world into one whole, hidden in the deeps. Yet it seems to exist forever. I do not know whose child it is. It seems to be the common ancestor of all, the father of things. Heaven and earth is not sentimental. It treats all things as straw dogs. The sage is not sentimental. He treats all his people as straw dogs. Between heaven and earth, there seems to be a bellows. It is empty and yet it is inexhaustible. The more it works, the more comes out of it. No amount of words can fathom a better look for it within you. The spirit of the fountain dies not. It is called the mysterious feminine. The doorway of the mysterious feminine is called the root of heaven and earth. Lingering like gossamer, it has only a hint of existence. And yet, when you draw upon it, it is inexhaustible. Heaven lasts long and earth abides. What is the secret of their durability? Is it not because they do not live for themselves that they can live so long? Therefore, the sage wants to remain behind, but finds himself at the head of others, reckons himself out, but finds himself safe and secure. Is it not because he is selfless that his self is realized? The highest form of goodness is like water. Water knows how to benefit all things without striving within. It stays in place, is loved by all men. Therefore it comes near the town. In choosing your dwelling, know how to keep to the ground. In cultivating your morning, know how to dive in the hidden deeps. In dealing with others, know how to be gentle and kind. In speaking, know how to keep your words. In governing, know how to maintain order. In transacting business, know how to be efficient. In making moves, know how to choose the right moment. If you do not strive with others, be talked about, but not the eternal time. Names can be named, but not the eternal name. As the origin of heaven and earth, it is nameless. As the mother of all things, it is nameable. So, as ever hidden, we should look at its inner essence. When all the world recognizes beauty as beauty, this in itself is ugliness. When all the world recognizes good as good, this in itself is evil.
Indeed, the hidden and the manifest give birth to each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short exhibit each other. Oh, high and low set measure to each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Back and front follow each other. Therefore, the sage manages his affairs without ado and spreads his teaching without talking. He denies nothing to the team in things he rears them, but lays no claim to them. He does his work, but sets no store by it. He accomplishes his task, but does not dwell upon it. And yet it is just because he does not dwell on it that nobody can ever take it away from him.
As always manifest, we should look at its outer aspects. These two flow from the same source, though differently named, and both are called mysteries. The mystery of mysteries is the door of all essence.
By not exalting the talented, you will cause the people to cease from rivalry and contention. By not prizing goods hard to get, you will cause the people to cease from robbing and stealing. By not displaying what is desirable, you will cause the people's hearts to remain undisturbed. Therefore, the sage's way of governing begins by emptying the heart of desire, filling the belly with food, weakening the ambitions, toughening the bones. In this way, he will cause the people to remain without knowledge and without desire, and prevent the knowing ones from any adult. Practice none of those, and everything will be in order.
The Tao is like an empty bowl, which in being used can never be filled up fathomless. It seems to be the origin of all things. It runs so sharp as ease, it unties all tangles, it harmonizes all events. It unites the world into one whole thing in the deeps.
Yet it seems to exist forever. I do not know whose child it is. It seems to be the common ancestor of all the fallen things.
Heaven and earth is not sentimental. It treats all things as strong laws. The sage there seems to be a bellows. It is empty, and yet it is inexhaustible. The more it works, the more comes out of it. No amount of words can fathom it. Better look for it within you. The spirit of the fountain dies in on it. It's called the mysterious feminine.
I work for the IT department. I work on access control and security surveillance systems. Oh, okay. Fucking stupid. They're dumb as fuck.
Hello?
Yeah. Not you. Yeah. Oh, it's what's his face? It's Edmund. Hey, John.
Hey.
How you doing?
Oh, I could be better. I could have dumped my load in this hot 20-year-old sugar baby who sucked $500 out of my wallet today. Death to sugar babies. Is that what you were going to say?
That's disgusting, Edmund.
Death to sugar baby. Because the moment they start running around the mall and like they can't stop grabbing things, you're like, uh-oh, we have a problem.
Yeah. And you didn't even get laid.
Didn't even get laid. But I confirmed human behavior is obnoxious, immoral, rotten, low IQ, mendacious, felicitous, ridiculous, retarded. You ever notice that?
Uh-huh. Did you meet her on sugarbabies.com?
No, Hinge.
Oh, wait. People on Hinge are like sugar babies?
Yeah, a lot of girls will say I'm looking for something more transactional.
Oh.
But I don't like to do that. And this girl literally just got like a great gift, and then she calls me up and she's like, would you Zelly me like more money because I want to get this pair of pants and this shirt from Victoria's Secret? And I was like, no, absolutely not. Like, you have to at least take pictures of, you know, the $300 worth of shit that I got you before, you know, you can go to the next stage. You have to progress and utilize them. Like, you're somebody who is ordering more food at the table, but you haven't even finished your appetizer or your entree. So no. And she's like, okay, well, what about tomorrow? I'm like, anyways, everything is just for a day. Everything, you know, tomorrow is like Groundhog Day. It really just does. It does reset, and everything you did today doesn't exist tomorrow at 8 a.m., 9 a.m. It just doesn't in the eternal now. So, you know, your 16-year-old self, when you're punching yourself still in the face and you're like, why didn't I kiss that girl? Or why didn't I ask that girl for her number? It's all just for a day. So what that means is tomorrow, whatever that Latin motto is, seize the day. That's all you can really do, gentlemen. It's seize the day.
Wow. That was definitely a monologue. Edmund. Thank you, Edmund.
It's just a friendly reminder that everything is just for a day. Even this retarded app of losers who are just basically Karens.
Uh-huh. What do you perceive me as?
I don't know, just a dude, you know?
Okay.
A dude trying to get laid, a dude trying to get money, but a dude who is also is actually probably very lazy and actually not that interested in what you claim you're interested in. Because I do know, I have many books on Kabbalah and Torah, and these books by Jewish sages are very smart, and they can.
Wait, what do you mean I'm not interested? Because I don't think I'm interesting, but like.
No, not interested in getting what you want because you're lazy and you don't read books. If you had a book club, I could confirm that you're on the right path, but you don't. You're a schmuck. I hate to break the sad news. From one Michelin patrilineal to another Michelin patrilineal, brother, you have to fucking tell me your top 10 books. You have to tell me what the 10 key extract summaries are, and you got to learn them. Otherwise, you ain't going nowhere, dude. You'll be on Clubhouse 10 years from now, still saying to yourself, what happened? What happened? What happened?
Got cooked, Bow Wow.
Bow Wow!
Cooked hot.
Bow Wow. But
I'd like to think that I'm open to criticism, and
yeah, he is. I know he
my
is.
ego is to, be on display, and that's fine. So I'm just curious to know, and it's a constant need for criticism to kind of help or be more self-aware of my issues. Because there's only so much I can internalize.
I mean, if you were to like text me, off of this app and say, hey, I want to start a book club, give me a list of 10 books, and you were to read even one of those fucking books, I would say you got a chance. But I'm not kidding you. Like, this is friendly, constructive advice that there are many books out there that are like external hard drives, and they can totally change your life. It's just like the Matrix, like, how do I fly a Black Hawk helicopter? It's the same shit. Read a book by a Jewish sage and you become a Jewish sage. It's that simple.
Like, are you reciting Matrix or something? Or
I'm just telling you my experience. The whole thing is you have to make deposits into your subconscious mind because you can't really remember all that much, but it just changes your personality. But it really is. You're just like putting shit in your subconscious mind, and it's there, operating. It's like it's basically we are fucking computers, and if you don't actually update your operating system with books by the sages, by the mystics, your shit's gonna be boring, and your life is gonna be boring. I'm telling you, like the name Kitover is related to the Baal Shem Tov, and I open up a Jewish mystical book on Kabbalah today, and it's sitting there talking about Kitover. And he had to move to the Carpathian Mountains, smoke a lot of weed, and read another book by, the Baal Shem Tov. The Zohar, they say, is, the big thing. I mean, how familiar are you with the Zohar? Have you read it out loud?
The Zohar is freaking not the book to read.
It's one of the books. It's fun.
No.
Don't listen to this faggot, Bow Wow. What I'm trying to tell you is...
Now, Alistair has had a chance to cook Bow Wow. Bow Wow, now I want you to cook.
Go for it. We're live on YouTube.
No, I have nothing to say. It's not laziness. I do work. My mode right now is depression. And I do get stunted from progressing. And those are some of my deficiencies, unfortunately.
I know, but you say you work. So this is the thing, is your definitions are fucked up because karma equals work. So what you're saying is your depression stems from your lack of work, not because of your work, but because of your lack of work. Basically, if you were to submit to my experiment and I were to say, hey, come to my biodome and you're going to get through this program and you'll get paid for your time. So you don't feel like you're wasting. You would come out of my MK Ultra program and you'd be like, bro, I'm not depressed anymore. I feel great. I look great. I feel smarter than I was a month ago. And I don't even know what I was complaining about. Hello?
Don't do it. He's a maniac. Don't trust him. He has recordings upon recordings upon recordings upon recordings.
I know. He has every recording of every recording. He has recordings of his own recordings. I know.
His reality is totally self-referential.
What do you expect of Edmund? That's all he has going on right now on this app.
He's so far down the rabbit hole of his own making that he is completely lost.
He's like a light version of the Viking. Whatever his name is, the January 6th guy. What's his name?
Yeah, I forget his name, but no.
John. What's his name?
I'm not so sure, but let me tell you something very smart that I've been doing, and today I did it. in the morning is that I will take a very good book. I'll take a photo of a page, and then I'll go to Grok and I'll say, image to text. And then I'll take the script of that page and I'll put it into Suno, the AI music creator. And then I will label it, title it, and then I will create different varieties of it, like classical Indian music, man and woman, Irish man and woman sings with choir. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, pretty complicated, esoteric, spiritual, psychological information and turning it into music. And so in a way, you don't necessarily have to read books. You can use books as the basis of music and program yourself that way. And so just a little tidbit that I'm on the cutting edge of intelligence when it comes to material or content and using AI to create the future of education and music for the liberation of mankind. Hello?
Wow, that was a whole lot of gibberish. That was pretty impressive.
Well, just listen to one of the John Kitover Band songs for 30 seconds, since you've given up years of your life to a gay conference call. Are you prepared to listen to the John Kitover Band for 30 seconds?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, here we go.
How can be talked about, but not the eternal town? Names can be named, but not the eternal name. As the origin of heaven and earth, it is nameless. As the mother of all things, it is nameable. So as ever hidden, we should look at its inner essence. When all the world recognizes beauty as beauty, this in itself is ugliness. When all the world recognizes good as good, this in itself is evil. Indeed, the hidden and the manifest give birth to each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short exhibit each other. High and low set measure to each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Back and front follow each other. Therefore the sage manages his affairs without ado, and spreads his teaching without talking. He denies nothing to the teeming things he rears them, but lays no claim to them. He does his work, but sets no store by it. He accomplishes his task, but does not dwell upon it. And yet it is just because he does not dwell on it that nobody can ever take it away from him. As always manifest, we should look at its outer aspects. These two flow from the same source, though differently named, and both are called mysteries. The mystery of mysteries is the door of all essence. By not exalting the talented, you will cause the people to cease from rivalry and contention. By not prizing goods hard to get, you will cause the people to cease from robbing and stealing. By not displaying what is desirable, you will cause the people's heart to remain undisturbed. Therefore the stage's way of governing begins by emptying the heart of desires, filling the belly with food, weakening ambitions, toughening the bones. In this way he will cause the people to remain without knowledge and without desire, and prevent the knowing ones from any other. Practice none other, and everything will be in order. can never be filled up, fathomless. It seems to be the origin of all things. It blocks all sharp edges. It sometimes all
That's it. That's the John Kitover band.
Thank you for the NLP.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it does work because you are your words, and if you start being more aware of like some of the negative speech you have, you literally have to do the karma point work and start reading books out loud and like reprogramming your brain neurolinguistically. I've been doing it for years, and look at me. I mean, I have 200,000 videos up on YouTube. I'm running for the mayor. Everybody in this city hates me or loves me. You know, hello?
That's awesome.
If you just come on here and you listen to that cunt-faced piece of trash bitch, Al, you know, I mean, you're gonna fucking come to the conclusions sooner or later that you're wasting your time listening to low IQ communication. It's very low IQ communication transmission on this app. And that's why audiobooks are so valuable, because that's high value incoming communication for your Merkaba or for your chariot, which is your brain, your body, your consciousness. And the Jewish sages, they figured all this out. I've got many books. I just got a whole bunch of good new ones. If you want, I will, you know, somehow try to send you a picture of them. But they're very affordable. They're $5 by this guy, Rabbi Rami Shapiro. These books are invaluable. And if you're Jewish and you've never read it, well, then you're not like a rich Jew, because you don't know the treasure that the Jewish sages have written down for our conscious well-being, for our abundance. It really is like manifestation type stuff. It sounds corny, but you have to do the work. You have to program yourself. And I do it by reading books out loud. I'm not ashamed to do that, you know, but like if you create like a private YouTube or some way where you can listen to yourself reading a book out loud, you will reinforce and reprogram that work into your conscious being. And that's who you are. And so when you go out with a hot chick, you become a master communicator, much more so than you think you are now, because some of these books, when you really read them, like you are transforming your IQ. Like your IQ is going up. You know, the larger your LLM, the higher your IQ. That's just the way it works. And then you have to have the comprehension aspect of it too. So it is what it is. It's all just like self-work, you know? It's philosophy, basically. Study of self.
Fair enough. Have you ever done Toastmasters?
I did it in college. I did public speaking in college. I've run for Congress, run for committeeman. I'm running for mayor. Requires an awful lot of public speaking. I like to do it in my underpants from the comfort of my home. Hello?
You ever thought about maybe rejoining?
Excuse me?
You ever thought about rejoining Toastmasters?
I looked into it many times. Just the location, the time, the group. It just never worked out a second time after college. But, you know, I'm on this app so much. It's like, what do you think this fucking app is, dude? It's a Toastmasters conference call for schmucks.
Yeah, but you're not with like-minded individuals who are looking to improve. I don't know. There's nobody intelligent enough or are there to promote the same thing that you're there for, so I don't know. That's my perspective. Who knows? So when's your next run? Like, I don't know what your deal is. Like, are you running for anything else right now? Like, are you kind of in between something? Didn't you have like a court thing? Like, what was the whole deal with that? I didn't put the puzzle together with that one. John? Johnny boy? John? Kitover?
Yeah.
John Bueller?
Sorry, I was filling up a cup of tea in the kitchen. What was your question, Michael?
So what are you doing next in terms of politics, and what was the what was the whole ordeal with the last scenario? Like you were in front of a judge or something? I didn't understand.
No, you don't. You go through a judge when you go through the challenge trial for your petitions. That was it. They kicked me off the ballot. I didn't have enough signatures. Their lawyer made a slanderous, defaming claim that I committed fraud. I called them out on it. I've called out the congressman for committing actual fraud, and that's the end of it. But fucking loser faggots like Marshall Rankin, who's a fucking door knocker and a ballot harvester for a liberal Republican in Texas, he's like, "Well, they're real busy, but we're still working on it. We're gonna get them." That's what Marshall fucking faggot Rankin said in a room one day. And so, anyways, I won't forget it. But listen,
he's autistic.
He's retarded. All communication is politics. When they defamed me, it's
the worst
politics.
is when you have like a high estrogen autistic individual. Those are the worst.
You mean like a? Listen, that's been going on throughout human history. Do you know how many governments and like how much conflict there's been between what you might call normative people and what you just described as being like an NFR? But listen, my friend, that doesn't matter. No, see, these are the stupid conversations. I have a book here called Hasidic Tales, The Legendary Tales of the Impassioned Hasidic Rabbis, with facing page commentary that brings the text to life by Rabbi Rami Shapiro, and Skylight Illuminations is the publisher. If you haven't read these books, dude, but you've spent years here talking to fucking faggot retards on this app, but you've never cracked books over the past 5 years.
Excuse me, sir?
I got Proverbs, the Wisdom of Solomon. I mean, just one sentence from this book is worth more than 3 months of listening to faggot retards on this app.
Remember every book that I've read in my life, just like every meal that I've eaten in my life, but yet it made me so. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Yeah, he's good. You know what's interesting is if you search your memory, you're actually recording everything, which is remarkable. If you really sit there and you try to like think about a day, and I mean, you can think about the smallest details of something you saw on a specific day.
Gift is being eroded by technology.
But what I'm saying is memory is very powerful, but many people overestimate their memory, or they're unable to like actually recall information quickly or even at all to serve the situation. All I'm saying is,
It's a book about memory.
all I'm saying is, I got this other book, The Wisdom of the Jewish Sages, a modern reading of Pirkei Avot by Rabbi Rami Shapiro. This is page 13. It says, Hillel and Shammai received the teaching from Shemaiah and Avtalion. Hillel said, be disciples of Aaron, loving peace and acting peacefully, loving people and drawing them to reality. So when we were talking about neurolinguistic programming and doing self-help work, oh my God, that's called reading a book. And people on this app are retarded. So if you just come here to this retarded app and listen to retards program your NLP, you're going to be retarded. Hello? You're telling me to get a life? Sir, is that projection? Do I need to turn on the projection activation detection system and roll out the projection mirror?
Excuse me, Queen.
Projection says
You know
what?
what I've noticed?
What?
I've noticed that when it comes to the Writers Society, or when it comes to like publishing a book, women have taken over, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like they did with psychology in the medical field. I, as a male writer, when I go to different writing clubs, I usually leave because there's not like, there's no one I can relate to there. It's either gay men there, trans, or women.
I have a question, Sister Voodoo. You have a sister, a mother, and a grandma. Why don't you respect women? I mean, basically, in your own family, you got a lot of ticks, yeah?
But look, this one black guy told me, hey, look, the way you can become a real man is by forgiving your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my mother is just, I have both my father and my mother. They both gave me tools for life. But it's just, I kind of feel like in America, my father has been feminized by my mother. And I don't know, it's just, there's not enough, something's going on in America. I don't know what it is. But I'm just trying to protect my money, energy, attention, and time.
You forgive your mother, though, right?
Yeah, you know, if you said that, look, I don't know, there's a quote, and I think the black guy's name is something Lee Peterson. He's a political commentator, and I don't know if he's a part of the manosphere, but our mothers and our sisters, they're women at the end of the day, you know? Not trying to say that I hate women. No, I don't. It's just that I became a man when I realized that men and women are not created equal and we're not the same. Even though society was telling me for 20 years, oh, you're the same as a woman. You and a woman are equal. You and a woman should be equal across. No, that's not true.
I'm not saying that the women is equal to a man, because, I mean, if I slap a woman, she can't do shit, yeah? You understand the point? I understand it. I'm not saying that you're...
Yeah, and if a woman says you raped her, you can't do shit.
Yes, because unfortunately, the law is with their side now. I mean, if you can prove your innocence, then I guess that's it.
Yeah, good luck. I hope you have $20,000 on the side. But I don't know. Women, to me, they're beautiful creatures. It's just they're brainwashed by their phones.
Yeah, but you know what people do here? Basically, before people here, unfortunately, have sex, they ask the ladies, do you give me permission? So they record it, you know. I mean, that's a classic, though.
Yeah, oh, wow. Yeah, no, that's great.
No, for real, because they ask. Because some of these girls, you know, they're so fucking brainwashed that you literally say their name. Like, for example, Sarah, do you give me permission to fuck with you? And then you record it at the same time.
No. My lawyer advised me that if you ever have sex with a woman, you have to say, would you like to have enthusiastic, consensual sex with me?
That's
to cover your ass.
That's fucked up.
No, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart.
You're pretty much vulnerable to litigation.
I mean, you got to have money to even be vulnerable to litigation. But the thing is, what you're doing is you're framing it for the woman to clearly identify the boundaries of what's happening here. And also you're reinforcing it in her own consciousness. If there's a future conflict where you're like, hey, do you remember when I asked you that? And you said, yes, like you confirmed it. So what are you complaining about? Hello?
Yeah, but some women in court will go against you till death. They're like, don't remember, oh yeah, he did tell me this, but in court, because I've had friends go through family court and dude, wow. So,
do you know the story?
So much perjury happens in court. It's fucked up.
Do you know Steve Wynn, the famous billionaire who opened up the Wynn Casino on Bellagio and all that shit? He went and got his like fingernails done, you know, mani-pedi at some salon or something. And he banged his nail salon technician. He thought that she wouldn't know who he was, so she ended up suing him, and she won like $3 million just for fucking him. Like, not even because there was a conflict, just because like when you're that rich, like she can say whatever. So I guess he settled before it ever went to trial. And he's like, but could you imagine being like, I fucking having to pay $3 million for fucking some mediocre nail technician?
And it was consensual. Mediocre. Say that twice, but it was consensual, right? But why?
Yeah.
What?
Look it up.
Women have
Look
so
it up.
much power. I'm gonna look it up. I believe you. I believe you. I've been studying cases about where men get. Look, I'm not trying to downplay that women. There is cases of rape. There is cases of assault. There is cases of abuse. I'm not trying to downplay that. But damn, when there's loopholes in the system against men and no one talks about it.
Divorce, getting married and getting divorced is the biggest trap that society sets because you get
having kids. I lost a friend to suicide because his wife all of a sudden didn't want to live with him and the kids.
Wait,
she left him. You got married, right? And divorced, right?
No, I never got married.
Oh, I thought you did.
I got engaged and she kept the ring. I spent like $17,000 on the ring and she kept it. And I had insurance on it. So I called Geico and I said, hey, I got engaged. I ended the engagement. She didn't give me back the ring. Am I entitled to any damages? They said, probably not. We don't know. We'll call you back. They call me back and they're like, we still don't know. It took them months. They call me finally and they're like, sir, we have a check for $23,500. Where would you like us to mail it? I was like, we're going to sushi tonight, boys.
Your wedding, a ring? Not a wedding ring.
Engagement ring.
Engagement ring? You get it? What? Geico. Nice.
Fucking, my uncle was like, now you believe in insurance, huh? I was like, fuck yeah, I believe in insurance now.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, that's so. How did they do any investigation or?
Yeah.
Did they go after her? Probably like, hey,
Yeah.
we need that ring back.
Yeah, they said, give us the ring or give us the fucking difference.
Oh wow! So they probably they paid you. Geico called her or sent her lawyers, and she got. Okay.
And I only spent $16,500 on the ring, but I insured it for $23,500. So they paid me the full appraisal. What I insured it for, because the appraisal sheet says it's worth this, and then they pay you what the fucking appraisal sheet says.
Wow. Is it a one-time fee for insurance, or did you pay monthly or something?
I think you pay biannually, maybe. I don't know.
So that's pretty crazy. And did that break you psychologically or?
The engagement?
Yeah,
and
breaking off all that, did it go down bad?
Well,
I'm pretty sure it did.
I did a painting with this hot Hinge chick that came over to my house and rocked my world for a weekend. And we did a painting together, and on it says heartbreaker, heartbroken. So there's two modes, either you're heartbroken or you are a heartbreaker. And I'm not really a heartbreaker, I don't but it's really like what they say, in the trenches at Clown House, where they say, nigga, everything's just a one-night stand, bitch.
I mean, look, it's basically like Denzel Washington, training day. Either you're a wolf or a sheep. Just choose.
Yeah, basically.
But I want to fall in love.
Yeah, but so the saying is, love is the law. Love under will. You have to maintain the will. Otherwise, that love is like a Hiroshima, Nagasaki. That will obliterate.
So when you say maintain, funded with money, got it.
In a way, yeah, but
Yeah, also respect, brother. You need respect, bro. Basically, if you found what can I say? I mean, it depends also which countries you come from. Of course, if she's from a garbage country, where it's allowed to be gay and all this fucked up shit. Of course, you're gonna be a bitch,
Yeah, a feminist, a liberal feminist, progressive, pluralist, Democrat, communist, socialist, cunt. If she's hot, you can make slight exceptions. However, it's just important to remember that everything is just for a day, and when you bust a nut, some bitches, you're like, I can't wait to get you the fuck out of my house. Other girls, you're like, oh, I would love for you to stay. I would love to spoon you.
Yeah, especially if they have nice titties. If they have really nice cities, I would love for them to stay.
I mean, brother, look, basically, guys, I don't know where you're from or what you believe is, but I mean, if you really want a good girl, I mean, like a good chick, go marry a Muslim. I mean, like, come on, you know.
They're extremely high maintenance. Holy shit.
I mean, guys, it's just a free ticket.
Yeah, they're high maintenance.
And you gotta be good at it.
And they're American Indians too. They're fucking high maintenance and shit. Like they need to fucking settle themselves down. They're like 2 tier below fucking white women. That little Punjab bullshit. No. That shit fucking wasn't what people fucking. Seriously, man. It's like yes, they're a little darker ass. They think they're fucking hot shit. You get like a cute one, and they get the attraction because they're cute. They get the white man to like doing a little side eye and be like. Doesn't mean you're fucking the most hottest kid, but dude, there's something else. Maybe egos get inflated. Yeah, but I'd say Arab women are just as guilty, or actually worse, in my opinion.
I was gonna go.
Which country? I mean, basically just.
The ones that come here in the United States, the Arab Americans, the Middle Eastern Americans, they're just as well. Like if they have a phone. I blame their fathers that spoil this shit. Yeah, no fathers. And you blame some of them. You can't blame the fathers though that have to work. There's some fathers that they're not around, bro. They have to fucking I mean, it's not bad. Spoil the shit out of the guy. I'm just gonna run a family nowadays.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, imagine, okay, not that if she's an Arab or a Turk, like a Indian or a Punjabi or whatever. I mean, if basically, let's say she's just practicing the religion, yeah. Even if she's a black Muslim, orange Muslim, like a Donald Trump Muslim, or like a fucking red Muslim, you know, Chinese Muslim, doesn't matter. But basically,
dude, it doesn't.
I mean,
Mr. Vegas, I'm sorry, but it's a pony show. I went out with I was gonna go out with a Muslim chick the other night. Very pretty girl, but she's 37. So that's 17 years older than a 20-year-old. So bitch, you best come out the gate respectful as fuck. And she came out the gate saying, why should I go out with you if we live in Trump America? If we live in a Trump America where I'm not welcomed. And I was like, bitch, red flag number one. Red flag number one. So I made the reservation, and then 2 hours before the reservation, I cancel on her. I say, hey, I'm actually not feeling well. I need to cancel and reschedule with you. She texts me when the reservation starts, and she says, please Zelly me $65 for my Uber. And I knew you were going to do this. I knew you were no good, blah, blah, blah. And then I just blocked that bitch. But what I'm saying is, like, dude, I gave that bitch 2 hours heads up, but her ass doesn't want to look at the fucking phone, or she's texting me on Hinge when she already has my fucking number. So,
brother,
you know.
I mean, the way you describe, bro, this is
good job,
like
brother. I'm just Mexican, brother. Good job. Hey, some men don't care. They just get stepped on.
If she was,
I'll send you the money.
If she was 27, I would have showed up to that date. But when you're 37,
she's 25, 27,
Yeah.
23. Hell yeah, dude! I'll be like, baby girl, here's 60.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, do you just want to date me because I'm exotic? I'm like, because you wear a hijab? Because you put on the show that you are this devout Muslim. See, I know religion, spirituality, and mysticism. And when somebody is putting on a fucking hijab, they're trying to say I'm like a spiritual person. I'm a mystical person. But you know what? They're also political. You're not just spiritual. You're fucking you are polarized politically, and you really don't give a fuck about your spirituality because you're so fucking political.
And they hate men.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, brother, of course you got scores, you got points, you got some good points, but also, I mean, in the other hand, I mean, shout out for the ladies that basically, even if it's Christianity or in Judaism, I mean, those who like really practice it and follow it and respect it, not just for show, to do good in lies of the other people. Well, I mean, basically, you just follow. I mean, the point is, imagine if you get like a good chick who respects herself, basically, the way she dresses and everything.
Dude,
Even if she's not
dude, it's a show, man. It's not a fucking book club. When a bitch pulls out a bibliography of the top 10 books and she wants to talk about her fucking book club, then we can start examining her religious, spiritual, psychological beliefs. But otherwise, it's all just fucking makeup on a pig, dude. Do not believe the outward-facing appearance of a woman. If she doesn't have a fucking book club, she's just another fucking like Sahi down there. Big time faggot. Anyways, the police gave me a ticket for being Jewish. Hello?
Come on, say, big threat that ancestral troops. No, I mean, look, guys, I fucked a lot of chicks. I mean, different type of chicks. Basically, even those wearing some stuff on their head or not, or whatever. I mean, even the Sunday girls, you know, that, I mean, I've done it all, guys. I've done it all. Trust me. And I even got shocked myself, man. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it depends on the diamond you find in the dirt. I mean, there's a lot of dirt in the Gloria. Maybe if you're lucky, maybe, I mean, it's like tossing a coin. And now you pick and choose tonight.
Yeah, I mean, love is very important, but the truth is if you want mature love, you have to become a refined person yourself. You have to become the gentleman. And let your experience flow from that source as you being the center of the wheel. Many women will knock you out of the center of the circle, and that's all I'm trying to say is, be aware of how they, jujitsu your ass out of your center circle position. Like today, I got sugar baby, but to a limited extent. I have, I should have just given her cash and be like, here's your budget for the day. Take care now. But instead I just kept letting her hit that credit card for no fucking, I should have just given her the cash like I thought in the beginning. I said, that's all you're gonna get, bitch.
Exactly. I mean, no, it's not all about paying the sluts. It's also just, having them there, like, whenever you want to have a fuck, you take it. When you're tired, you just throw it away. I mean, pass it to the next home, I guess.
No, I mean, I think you want like the harem where you're just like you're there because like that's your kingdom, and you just happen to have all these beautiful women hanging around, and you don't really pay them much attention. Occasionally, like 1 out of 10, you're like, okay, I'm gonna fawn over this one amazing specimen. But what I'm saying is, like, in the harem, if you've got it going on, you're the king, you're royalty. You just enjoy the environment, the scene, and when you find your dancing partner, it just happens naturally, like flowers.
Yeah, man, really, bro. Hey, what about you, brother? How was your feelings towards the bitches? I mean, the ladies, I guess.
I think we're all going to bed here at Mr. Vegas.
Yes.
This ain't what's going on. That's not what's going on right now. I can promise you that.
I don't need it, bro. The easiest way to stay out of the hospital is to eat right and don't go to the fucking hospital.
Okay, well, say that to black mothers. Say that to black mothers, where the black maternal mortality rate is almost deaths
listen.
per 100,000 live births, where white, Hispanic, and Asian is 14, 12, 11, 44, 50 deaths per 100,000 versus for up to.
What's the read? You just reading off a bunch of numbers, but we need to dive into the numbers. Hold on, brother. I'm not nigga. She adding bias to the numbers. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, bro, can I finish? Because you out of all people, like, bro, come on, man. Like, even I ain't even go back to it. So when you rattle off these numbers, the question then becomes, what methodology did these people use to come out to their conclusions? Because you don't know what it is. So when you just rattle off numbers and say, well, this is per 1,000, per 1,000. Okay, well, let's dig into the sample set and let's see what it is before we make any conclusions, or to confirm if we would come to the same conclusion that they can. Numbers don't mean shit. Yeah, they can lie.
But you know the first part is you also want to be black, picking and choosing better than white.
No, I'm not picking and choosing.
Did you know that?
I do.